G'day, we're pretty close. Um, Now, these this is a battery that's been supplied to me. It's a superseded part. It actually is smaller than what I'd ordered. It's what they send you now with these little foam spacer things. Now, this is the standard battery for the bike. It's 4.5 kilos. This battery is 800 grams. Um, Massive difference. I'm hoping also with the heat issues I have with the exhaust running underneath the battery box, when I raise the battery up, it'll help give me a bit more distance away from the exhaust system. Now, I've done a lot of work with, putting heat material to help protect the battery from the heat, plus other things, and I'm hoping that will help as well. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. It's quite a bit of a difference. The weight is incredibly different. I've got a few lithium batteries. I've got that big bugger there, which I've been using on the bike while I run all my tests and everything. Yeah, but we are so close, it's not funny. I'm just about to hook this battery up. I will plumb the rest of the gear on. My tank, I'm not sure if it's going to arrive in time. Plus that side cover, I've got a spare side cover for this side. But yeah. Oh, and I've got to modify my little tool pod, which I think I'm going to change slightly. Yeah, but anyway, I'll just soldier on and get this battery in. Cheers. A thing happened. The bike is out the front. Reason? I've gone for a few rides. I went for a ride earlier on, got it back together, went for a ride, and came back and noticed a couple of oil leaks. A little bit frustrating. Came back, put the bike back in the workshop and pulled the tank off, seat off, side covers off, all that stuff. Found a couple of things a bit loose, tightened them up, cleaned everything, then ran the bike on the dummy tank for about 15 minutes. Checked for any leaks, can't seem to see anything. So put it all back on again and raced off and picked my son up. He's 12 years old. He has never been on the back of a bike. My daughter, on the other hand, who's 19, she grew up around motorbikes. She's been on rides up the mountain with me and things like that, so she's really experienced, but my son's always been a little bit nervous, so this time I gave him no choice. I just turned up. He didn't flinch, he got on. It's only a short ride. We sort of went a bit of a longer way to get more out of it, but yeah, so here we are. Now I'm still missing that side cover. I had to take the baffle out of this. So I went for a ride first when I went earlier and didn't have that baffle in it, and it was ridiculous. It was hurting me riding it, like it was popping and cackling, and it was painful, and everyone was out walking their dogs when I went for a ride, so I was constantly clutching it not to annoy everybody. And then I got the baffle and I knew it was going to be way too restrictive, so I straight away added a whole heap of speed holes in it, put it back in, and I'm very happy with the sound now. Yeah, I'm just now waiting on the tank and my side covers. But what have I done to this bike? Well, I had the engine apart, cam chains, swapped them out. A couple of little things in there, new stator, a lot of the electrics I've swapped, plugs I've changed because the plugs had wires hanging out the back of them, and what else? Yeah, I've also made my own rear section of the exhaust, 2 into 1. What else? Made my own luggage, rack things to keep the bags off the pipe and the caught in the wheel. Oh look, I'm leaving the ignition on. Hand warmers. Got my GPS stuff. What else have we done? We've done heaps of crash bars. I've done so many things to this bike and I can't even think what they are right now. It's kind of funny when you know, as I sit back and relax, they'll probably all come to me. But yeah, I'm gonna ride the bike to work for a little bit just to make sure that everything's honky-dory. I'm getting ready for my big trip. About a week before I'll ride the bike to work, and I'll put all my luggage on the bike that I'm going to take away with me, see how it all travels. Yeah, that's sort of the plan going forward. Now that I've got the bike up and running, I can sort of get my head around some other stuff and get the thought processes happening. Everything's, I've added these lights here, they're sexy. Plus I've got my steady light. That wasn't meant to be for this bike, they were meant to be for the front of my four-wheel drive. 2 of them just to go off into the off to the verge of the road to light up any wildlife that might be sitting on the side of the road at night. What else? Yeah, I can't even think right now, but I'm looking forward to getting some miles under my belt. It's been a bit of a learning process, that's for sure. Like anything, I seem to become a jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, it's a relief to have it up and running and have gone for a ride. I'll get some camera footage set up. It's Easter next weekend, so I'll get some camera footage set up hopefully over the weekend. See how that turns out. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Bloody happy days though. I'm over the moon. I've spent a fair old time working on this thing, and it started off as just a cheap bike that I was getting that was just going to be a bit of a distraction, and I ended up going a bit nuts with it because it pretty much let me down, and so I had to either walk away from it or absolutely get stuck into it. Now with I realised I got my pricing wrong. With my club reg, my club membership, hold on, no, it does work out to be about that. It's about $175 a year this bike costs me to keep on the road as a club reg bike. You know, it's ridiculously cheap, and I'd love to go out and get an Africa Twin, and it's still on the cards, but for now this doesn't owe me much, and it's not a lot of money sitting in my driveway. Yeah, I know a lot of people, you know, they've got to have the latest and greatest all the time, but I don't know. I don't think I've owned nearly 40 bikes, and I've never owned one new one. I've had a couple of really close to new, but yeah. Anyway, hopefully some more content going soon with me actually riding this thing. Thank you very much for some of the love. Give us a like, say hello, maybe meet up for a ride. Cheers.